There's a holiday that's happening this week. You guys know what it is? What is it? Halloween. Well, yeah, I guess that's happening too. I forgot all about Halloween. But in the church we have another holiday. Do you know? Probably none of you know what it is. Anybody know what the word Reformation means? No? That's a big word, isn't it? Reformation? Reformation is huge. Do you know who Martin Luther is? Do you know who Martin Luther is? You don't, do you? I didn't think so. Yeah. Well, Martin Luther is a guy that lived 500 years ago. How much is 500? How much is 500? Do you know how much 500 is? It's a lot, isn't it? Hold up 500 fingers for me. Well, that's not quite enough. Could you guys help us? Hold up 500 fingers. Yeah, that's more like it. That's about 500 years ago. That's when Martin Luther lived. And 499 years ago, on October 31st, Martin did something amazing. He took a hammer and a nail and he nailed a sign on the door. Pretty amazing, isn't it? That's pretty cool, huh? How about you guys go home and celebrate Reformation Sunday by getting a hammer and nailing a sign on your parents' front door? You can tell them, I said, that's a great way to celebrate Reformation, but make sure to get their permission first, right? The important thing was, on Martin Luther's sign, he had a bunch of things that said, the church is misbehaving. The church is doing bad things. The church needs to change and fix their ways. The church isn't honoring God. You know, one of the things the church was doing, they were saying, hey, anybody here want to go to heaven? Do you guys want to go to heaven? Well, give me money, and you can go to heaven. They were making people pay to go to heaven. Is that a good thing? Who's the only person that can take you to heaven? That's right, and how does he do it? When you love Jesus and believe in Jesus, he says, come to heaven. Well, the church was doing a very bad thing. They were saying, you know what? In addition to that, you need to give us money. And the church was making a lot of money that way, but it wasn't a very good thing. And Martin Luther said, I've got to tell them to stop doing that. And so he put a big sign on the door that said, please stop doing this. And he listed 95 things that the church was doing bad. And do you think the church said, oh, we're so sorry. We're going to stop doing that. Why are you shaking your head no? You don't think they did. What do you think they did? They tried to catch Martin Luther, and they tried to kill him. They said, stop doing that. We want this money. And they kept chasing him all around Europe. And you know what happened out of that? People learned about what the Bible says. People learned that God loves us, that God sent his son to save us. People learned from Martin Luther's big sign on his door. And it became what is known as the Protestant Reformation. Big words. But basically all that means is giant change in the church. Big change in the church happened. And people came to know Jesus. 499 years ago this happened. And we're celebrating that today because tomorrow is the 499th anniversary. One of the ways we're celebrating is I'm telling you guys about it, but the last song, I think it's the last song. Nope, the next song that we sing, the second song in our service is called A Mighty Fortress, and it was written by Martin Luther. And it's talking about how God is a mighty fortress in our life. And Martin Luther, after being chased by the church for 10 years, after getting really, really sick, after his children got sick, after people were criticizing him, after 10 years of criticism and hardship and sickness and running, he sat down with a pen in his hand and he wrote, A Mighty Fortress is our God. A bulwark, that means a strong thing, never failing. And he wrote this beautiful song to describe God's love, even as he was going through these hard times. He wanted to celebrate what a strong God we worship. So should we pray and thank God for Martin Luther's faithfulness? You want to? All right, let's pray.